I know. I know that it's probably not okay, but she was really nice to me. And I wanted to say goodbye to my friend. The doctor started to shake her head, but the mother looked at me through tear-stained eyes, and said yes, yes of course you can. And thank you for it because being her friend. I'm sure she appreciated it. So, very cautiously, I went over to the girl, gave her a gentle hug, kissed her on the forehead, and said softly to her, I hope you are well with God now. Heaven will take care of you, just like they did with my Grammy. And then I hugged the mother, said thank you, and quietly returned to my bed. The doctors wheeled the girl away, and the mother slowly followed. She later returned to my bedside, and said thank you for my kind words, and for being her daughter's friend. I gave her a hug, and told her everything would be okay, and to always look at the stars, because soon there would be one a little brighter than the rest, and that, as my mom called it, was the guardian star. I told her that according to my mom, the guardian star is where people go when they go to heaven, so that they can watch us no matter where in the universe we are. The mom gave me a small, but genuine smile, and asked me softly how I knew this. I told her my mom told me the day my grandma went to heaven, and again when my dog went. I then took her hand and said, my mom always did this to me when someone went to heaven. Do you mind if I do it to you? The mom responded, no not at all, so I took her hands in mine, raised them as high as they would go and said, this is your home. Inside of it is you, and everyone you care for. Okay. Tears were falling from her eyes. Okay. She sniffled. Then I took one hand and put it down and told her that when someone goes to heaven, you have to open the door to the house, so that they can walk free. Whenever they are free, Mom said that their heart comes together with yours, to make you stronger, and their soul goes to heaven, and then to the stars, where they will watch over you to keep you safe. At that point, the mom was bawling her eyes out. I really don't know what prompted me to recite all that my mom had said to me, but it certainly had an effect on her. Then I moved her hands back up to the beginning, let go, and said when you feel the peace within you, bring your arms back down. It means that you are ready to help someone new, so why not try? She smiled, and cried some more, before giving me a hug, saying that she was grateful I showed her that. I said anytime. I only like to help the nice people whenever I can. That interaction I managed to have with the girl and the mother have, to put it simply, changed my life completely. It allowed me to gain and understand on how family reacts when a loved one passes. I related it to the reason why I was in the hospital in the first place. I was depressed, so I wanted to take my life. If I had done that, my family and friends would be beyond hurt. I couldn't afford to leave that effect on them. It has been 10 years since then, and my life is completely different. I am married, and I have a 3-year-old daughter. One night, when we were lying in the yard and looking at the stars in the backyard, she noticed how the stars were twinkling in the night. The stars are smiling at me. I think they're smiling at you too, Mommy. Then she turned to me and started smiling at me. See? I'm a star too. At that moment, she reminded me of my friend I made in the hospital. I gave her a big hug, and she fell asleep in my arms before I carried her to bed. I named my daughter Ella. It was in respect for the friend I made in the hospital. As my daughter fell asleep, she smiled. I smiled as well.